What if I told you that in forgotten woods of America, there once lived a family so secretive, so shrouded in darkness, that their very existence feels more like a curse than a memory? The Holloway family, a name whispered in taverns, scribbled in half-burned letters, and scratched in the wood of an abandoned cabin that still stands, rotting, but not silent, because if you walk close enough, some claim you can still hear voices inside. Sound cue, cold wind, faint whispers, but here's the chilling part. No one truly knows who they were or why they hid themselves so completely from the world. Were they victims of a disease so horrifying that even sunlight refused to touch their skin? Or were they keepers of something darker? Knowledge forbidden, rituals unspeakable, secrets that could tear apart the fragile balance between the living and the dead? Hook question number 1. Tell me, if you were the one standing outside that boarded-up house at midnight, would you dare to open the door, or would you run and never look back? Visual cue, storm clouds rolling over a black forest. The year was 1892, and the last confirmed sighting of a Holloway child was recorded in a faded church ledger, a boy of 12, pale, with eyes described as too old for his face. And then, nothing. No more records, no more births, no deaths, no burials. The Holloways vanished. Yet, for decades after, travelers swore they saw lanterns glowing in the woods, shadows moving past broken windows, and children's laughter echoing through empty halls. Hook question number 2. Do you believe a whole family could simply vanish from history? Or do you think someone made sure they were erased? Comment your theory. Sound cue. Heartbeat louder, faster. Now imagine walking through that forest yourself. The floor crunching with dead leaves, the night colder than it should be, and there it is, the Holloway cabin, the wood swollen with rain, the windows sealed, the air heavy with silence. But silence never lasts long here. One traveler, a hunter, claimed he heard a girl crying from inside, though the cabin was locked. When he broke a window to peek through, all he saw were portraits, dozens of portraits nailed to the wall, each with the eyes scratched out. Hook question number 3. Why would a family erase their own faces? What were they hiding? Visual cue. Candle suddenly extinguished. Screen goes black. Some say the Holloways practiced something ancient, something that promised life after death, but at a terrible cost. Others believe they were protecting themselves from a bloodline curse, a sickness passed from one generation to the next, a sickness that left them less than human. Hook question number 4. What do you think? Were the Holloways cursed, diseased, or damned by their own choices? Write in the comments. Sound cue. Faint lullaby. Broken voice. Imagine being a traveler who finds their diary. Pages describing rituals in the woods. The moon as their witness. Blood as their ink. Would you read further? Or burn the book before the words consume you? Hook question number 5. If you found that diary, would you risk reading it? Comment now. Pause. Heartbeat slows. And here's where the mystery deepens. A newspaper from 1901 briefly mentions a Holloway girl found wandering the road, barefoot, silent, clutching a doll with no face. After that article, there's no follow-up, no name, no family history, nothing. She vanished, too. And the doll? Never found. Hook question number 6. What do you think happened to her? Visual cue. Thunder cracks. Screen flashes white then fades. Some locals claim that the Holloway land is cursed, that anyone who builds there suffers the same fate. Families torn apart, names forgotten, houses left to rot. And if you check property records today, that patch of land still remains unsold, untouched. Call to action in context. Tell me, what country are you watching from? Because I want to know how far the Holloway curse has traveled. And subscribe. Because if this family could vanish without a trace, imagine how many others have been erased from history, waiting for someone brave enough to tell their story.